Right, hello everyone, welcome back. We are going to continue the hot and wet map. And one thing is I should load the game. So if you're the more observant type, we finished actually in 2006 and you'll notice this big old gap, which has to do with my very last comment in that particular save game, which was that I wanted to change all the stations to be loopy. Um, I obviously know that has a slang meaning loopy, but honestly, at this point, I might be loopy. And also, I did all the bridges that were relevant to be high speed. Figured, I figured this was not so exciting for yourselves to watch me do it for the better part of 3 or 4 hours. So you will have no choice but have to excuse me for not recording any of this. Right, why don't I do the usual quick progress overview? So we have 2K by 2K map, and we're trying to connect everything that produces stuff, 700 towns, 1500 industries, and I'm still doing passengers and mail, and I am about 70-ish% done. So with that in mind, why don't I go back to this, and I should move stuff around a little. Now, I don't so much care about half of this crap. Okay, I do apparently. Right, where am I? Yeah. So I don't know if I finished here. I think I kind of finished here. Um, why don't I just essentially do this? And before I do that, I want to pin the usual suspects and you on the map. That's fine. Okay. So Usual Suspects, by the way, is an absolutely outstanding movie. If you haven't seen it, you don't mind a bit of blood. Although, funnily enough, I never really figured if Usual Suspects is a reference to Casablanca movie. I think it is, but I have no idea. And if you haven't seen that one, for it being so ancient, it's surprisingly good. Like, I'm not a huge fan of. I don't need half of this crap. I'm not a huge fan of most black and white era movies. There are very few that I personally think are good. Casablanca is surprisingly good, and the original 12 Angry Men is absolutely outstanding. I haven't seen the American remake from a few years ago because I don't think there's anything to add to that movie. It can only be made worse. And from the reviews I've heard, they successfully managed to do just that. Okay, you lot go. I might as well do these two as well because what the hell are you a diamond mine? Um, okay, well, if we're making stuff loop around, then make stuff loop around. So the whole thing with this whole loopiness, apart from the fun value of saying the same thing, which loses its fun value each time I say it, is that it helps avoid the timetable problem. Or, well, I mean, we're not doing timetabling in this map. However, stuff still gets queued up a lot. A visual bug. Like if you're observant, we see a lot of just vehicles queuing outside places, and also that they gang up on each other way too much. Whereas what's going to happen, maybe not because it's empty. Okay, but the reason why these are actually separated to a reasonable extent is because if the game thinks that this might possibly work out, because the station is going to be busy, this guy's going to go around. Yep, exactly. Which may possibly add a few seconds of time, but it randomizes. Okay, so I'm thinking if I put a mail stop here and this, so now I was about to say the double thing, but that's another reference. It's 1984. I mean, technically that would be enough, but I think I'm going to do it here. 7. Yeah, that appears to be the correct answer. You haven't otherwise missed out on much. I think the only vaguely relevant update was that the Turnsrapid maglev now has version 9. So those have been replaced, which is probably not that exciting for most means and purposes. I had also totally off-screen experimented with trying to load my own new GRF, the revival, but it doesn't work. I mean, I'm just counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, I'm going to do it here. I mean, if I have shitty options, then do it here because then I can look in from the other side like that. I'm not sure if I expected it to work. The vehicle IDs haven't been changed. I mean, they have been extended. There are a few vehicles. But now we have stuff like badges and things. So I don't really know what precisely breaks it, but not entirely surprisingly, it's not working. You know what? Some such. And then it doesn't matter, does it? Okay, you lot go. Yeah, just do it like this. It's trying not to cough into the microphone, but my throat's very dry. Don't know why. I'm dying. Technically, we all are. Yeah, one of my uni friends just pinged me. It was a birthday a few days ago. I'm like, yeah, I know, how's life? And apparently, her husband's quite literally dying, and we thought had a stroke 2 years ago. Then, if that wasn't enough, he now has cancer all over the place. And I think she was trying to be, oh yeah, and of course, there's a 4-year-old kid, because why not? I think she was trying to sound optimistic that, oh, chemo is going on for another few months and so on and so on. But the way she detailed how um, how many places he has spread to, I mean, yeah, you can infer. You can infer. Yeah, so that's happening. No, I do not yet want to save. Snoozton. I should do a key. You go next. Yeah, see now they're going around in little circles, which is actually what we want. Sorry, I'm desperately trying not to be dying loudly here. Yeah, just do it here. I think we should be, I mean, I could check, I just can't be asked to do so, but I think we should be getting the new mail more or less any time now. Because I know there's one more passenger and at least one more mail. Okay, I've clearly been around here and then decided against it. I did not want that. I mean, fine, just come here and more. I also had a very superficial look at some of the stops that were like too busy or underloaded, overloaded, whatever. I haven't really weeded them out. You know no, I don't so much want a depot as another stop. Two, two, something going to be one. That's 300, that's 2000. The mighty unfortunately placed thing, but okay, you are doing your thing. I'm not going to build one through here because experience shows that property is at premium. I've done it here too, but fiddle-bee. Go. Tanglewood. Okay, I seem to have been here as well. Which case, 5K, 4K, 1K. Just do it here. 200 people. Yeah, I also built some of these obscure networks because why not be stupid? It's not too bad though because I might be tempted to move the station down here if it gets way too busy. So I think Danglewood, yeah, that's a problem. There's going to be a lot of cross traffic here or there. Like what would be a lot more sensible is to send something in here, but see how things go. Okay, so we are here. That's being fixed. I'm okay with that. Interesting. That is over fluctuated. Don't know. It's a bit busy, but not that busy. Snooze week. Pretty sure it's not the one I wanted. Shiver. No, that is definitely not the one I wanted. Even that's half saturated, so no, I don't care about that. Sigh, right now. Twist the bottom. Okay, and take that one. And then you, no, so it's the one above that. Good. At least they're heading in the appropriate direction. Meow. I know I could just pull the train in, but why not build more? Also, these are actually being ignored by the game. They don't do these bunny tail loops if there's a proper loop. Interesting. Maybe later. Although I think everyone knows that there's never going to be a later in these. It's unlikely that I'll come back and revamp the whole shebang. Oish. What we need is an actual stop. Might have said this. I'm clearly unfamiliar with this whole thing, but essentially your hardware stores or your general stores become, I think it's general store actually. Oh, I'm almost certain. General stores become the old town hall stations. So I wonder if in real life, I'm sure I could ask Gemini, but I wonder if in real life they used to have the old stores function as a town hall. That has to be some weird shit. Two, two, two. All of them are two. Doesn't matter. One thing I want is that. Anyway, if anyone's listening and they possibly have information on historical usages of general stores being town halls, know, just comment or make yourselves known. Okay, this is a little weird. Yeah, so if I now put this here, apart from me being an idiot, actually being a double idiot, yeah, it's an old town hall. So in terms of game logic, it's pretty certain. Templeworth. Okay, so now we have our. Because like here, there's no old town hall. going to be famous last words, but I don't believe that this place is going to get busy. Because that's not going, I ain't going nowhere. And then this doesn't really do much. Shall I look at the map? Maybe it's not connected. Uh, you know, I'm not going to do this to there because this doesn't go anywhere extra. Where's this one? I'm still a bit on the fence about this place because it's going to get busy. And your GTFO. 6, 7, they move. Don't they move? It's a little bigger, and I can probably do stuff around it. That's a official overkill. Can I think not. Which wouldn't even be that much of a problem. It's the bridge issue. It's bugging me a little. Because I mean, I'll put it here because it might actually get better later. I'll put that here. 6. Okay, this is pretty fucky. I wanna influence things a little, just in case they decide to extend. I mean, 2 stops in the town is actually pretty good. It genuinely helps the dating. It helps expansion, not so much extension. Why don't I just send it here? No. I'm not happy bunny with this. I mean, I could just pretty much do something with the river, but angle head. Nice place. I'm pretty far down. So let's just come this way and then that's it for now. I think this is wholly stupid. I'm just curious if they do anything with it. Interestingly enough, yes. Mm, wow. No. See, I don't know what that is. There's only one. Oh, I had a look, by the way. So I keep saying that I need to redo something about this. But I can't actually find this. I think this is not part of National Science Museum. Yeah, this is not part of 2CC. I had a look. And let stuff here. Probably. I haven't really checked timings. Is 20 minutes left. Time flies like banana. If you think WTF, the logic is that time flies like an arrow. It flies like banana. Therefore, logically, time flies like banana. Now, I'm thinking I want another stop here. The only problem is that they're already having strong feelings about my presence. So if I do that, can I do that? Not for long. Nah, okay, well, fuck it. I mean, I can always bribe them. That's not so much of an issue. Bribe them with trees. So if I want to put, why don't I start here? 2 of the U lot. I don't want to remove that because I think it's a bit of a lost cause. So much for your trees. Wind chaser. No. I'm not explicitly against slow maglev, but I don't see the point of them. You know, the benefit of the whole model is that they fly very much. But then, you know, equivalently, I'm personally not the one who will put down narrow gauge shunting trains because I just don't. Whereas other people do. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not a complaint. Okay, well, let's just put one there. Go. 1, 2, that's a building. 1, 2, 3. Well, here's the thing though. If that's a building, then there has to be something like this. That doesn't matter. Mm. I need to pause for a moment. Sorry. Yeah. So let's continue. I ordered some food, basically. So I'm dying. Which means I may possibly need to pause. Wow. One thing at a time. No, purely because I actually don't have any vehicles to go with it. You are stuck. Okay, I need to keep half an eye on things. What to update? Good. Fine. Like apologies for stuff like food orders during the game. The idea is hypothetically that they should deliver within 15 to 30 minutes. We have just short of 15 minutes left, so we'll see. But they might actually have food on stock, in which case, oh well, you won't notice much of it. I just paused the game. You just basically see a 2-second gap. Yeah, this is bad on multiple levels, but that's just pointless. Mm, no, I don't want that. And actually, it's much easier if I do it this way. That's the okay. Don't think we'll need this, but hey ho. Okay, where am I? So I do need to come down this way. So if I have time, oh, no, I don't need to come down this way. I'm here. So I'll loop back up there, and I think that's pretty much going to be it. To actually do this. Okay, you lot go. Meh. No, I'm not going to bother. Me lazy. Hmm. Or I mean, I could do this. It's, the scope of it's going to improve anyway. Oh, nice. Not two-faced. These guys already don't like me. So before we make it any worse, and of course this will have to be different for the hotel. I mean the people part. Well, go back. And then you just go A, B. So I'm here. I know it's only two. I'm not particularly convinced that we'll need that many. As in three. And yeah, it's one of these really stupid town layouts. Okay, there's no more here, so do this as well. Go. Time-wise, 3 minutes and a bit. I think this warrants a deeper bit of a distance here. Okay, 1,800. You know what? Of course. Right. So this is all dun. Dude, where's my train? Nope. We have 1 minute. I want to clean up here a bit. Nope. It's quite good because there's no sign of the food yet, and they haven't even finished prep work, so you basically don't have to pause the game for this. For fuck's sake. But we are actually out of time. We have like 20 odd seconds. Five, four, three. Oh, you'll hear it anyway. Yep. Okay, I am going to triple check. We are at 54 minutes. I'm sure this is exciting. Okay, I am actually going to stop here because we haven't gotten this far. So that is the end for this particular session. And yeah, thanks for watching as always. And I shall see you next time, hopefully. Usual, any thoughts, comments, whatnots, let me know, please. And let's continue shortly. Bye bye.